Good morning. We will begin by sitting. So, if you'd like to put a little pillow or blanket underneath your hips, so your hips are a little bit higher um, than your legs. And we'll begin by connecting with our breath today. We'll continue the focus on the low back and kind of add a few more things. So we'll begin by putting our fingers in the chin mudra, the thumb and the first finger together, and extending the other fingers long with the palms facing out. And just feeling that connection as you close your eyes, feeling that pulsation between the thumb and the first finger. And just notice where your breath is, how your body is feeling right now. Letting everything of the day that's going to come, just let that all go as we focus in this moment on our practice today. So as you breathe into the count of 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own for a few more breaths and see if that's a comfortable breath for you. We'll be using a count, and maybe it's going to be different for you, but we'll be using this count of our breath throughout our practice in order to gauge where our body is. If we start losing the breath, then we'll slow down, go into child's pose, or just slow down and reconnect with your breath. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, offering it up for yourself or for someone else or the world, or any intention you'd like to bring into your heart, repeat that to yourself 3 times. And then we'll release our mudra, open our eyes, and just bring your chin down towards your chest. Kind of relaxing the neck and the shoulders. And then go ahead and just move your body forward, just onto your hands. And again, hands are nice and wide, and just let the head drape down and relax. And then walk your torso back up, and we'll drop the left hand down to the mat. Rotate that the right palm down. Rotate that left arm up and over, and looking down at that right hand. Feel it. Feel your breath into the rib cage here. And then go ahead and drop that left hand down. Rotate that right arm up and overhead. Looking down at the right hand. You can see my screen adjusted for me. And then bring that back down and bring the shoulders up to the ears, squeezing those shoulders, and then relax. And we'll make some big circles, just bringing the shoulders together in front, up to the ears, back and down. As big of a movement as you can make, kind of squeezing along the way, getting rid of any tension in those upper shoulders and back. And we'll just reverse. and then come to neutral. Let's take our right hand to the outside of the head. And with a dropped right shoulder, bring the ear towards that shoulder. And then extend that left arm out to the side. And you can move your head forward a little bit and back, feeling a nice stretch from the ear of that left side all the way down to the shoulder. And now move the hand to the head to the right side. Lift the head back up to neutral as you move to the other side, dropping the left shoulder, moving the ear towards the left shoulder, extending the right arm out. And then help your head back up to neutral. Turn your gaze over towards that left hip. Bring your right hand to the back of the head and bring your right ear towards the right front shoulder hip point. So you're at a bit of a diagonal here. And then help the head back up and just press that left ear to the left back pocket, opening up that front of the neck. And then come back to neutral. Turn your gaze over to the right hip point. Move your hand to the top of the head and draw that left ear to the left hip point. And then move the hand to the front and move your right ear to the right back pocket. And then just come to neutral. And just turn your gaze over to the left and back over to the right. And take your fists and put them under your chin. And without really scrunching the back of your neck, just lift the chin up and then come down back to neutral. We'll move the cushion away and we're going to come into child's pose. The knees nice and wide, the toes are together, the arms are outstretched, baby pinky fingers to the edge of the mat. And then just pull the hips towards the heels here and let the head relax and drop. It may hit the mat, it may not. If your forehead is on the mat, just roll over the forehead to the right and the left, just really gentle. And now come back to neutral with the head and move both hands over to the right. Hips draw towards the left. Expanding the rib cage on the inhale, 3 breaths here. And then on your next breath, moving your hands both over to the left, drawing the hips to the right. 3 breaths here. And now just come back to neutral and come up onto all fours. Knees are hip distance apart. Hands are nice and wide if that feels good for you. Pinkies towards the edge of the mat. And on your inhale, just let the belly drop and bring the gaze up. And exhale, round the back, pressing the hands away on the mat. And now move 3 more times with your own breath, the 2, 3, 4. End of the movement is the end of the breath. Up and down. Noticing the spine. Contracting and moving back and forth with each breath. And now come to a neutral position, and we're just going to make some circles with the hips, rolling over the wrists, waking the wrists up. Big circles over to the side, down to the heels, and out. And wherever you're at, go ahead and reverse. And we'll come back to neutral, and we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. The back is straight. And then just pressing into the hands, opening up in between those shoulder blades. And then go ahead and squeeze again and press away. And now we're going to come up onto our knees and extend the left leg straight out to the side. Come up onto the knee. Arms are shoulder height. And we're just going to rotate the thumbs down to the floor and rotate them up and back. Just feeling that movement as you move the thumbs down, up and back. Notice how that feels in your shoulders, opening up those shoulders. And now with the palms facing down, go ahead and drop that left hand to the leg, rotate that right palm up and overhead, looking down at the left foot. And then bringing your gaze chin towards that clavicle over to the right shoulder and up to the right hand. Take a breath here. And bringing the gaze back down, arms back to shoulder height. Inhale here and twist to the left. Gaze follows that left hand back to the front. Exhale as we side stretch over that extended leg. Inhale back up. Exhale, twist. And then inhale back to center. Drop the right hand down onto the mat. And lift that left leg off the mat. Foot is flexed. Raise the left arm up. And if it feels good, just pulse a little bit with that leg, opening up that side hip and waking that muscle up. And then go ahead and drop that down. Bring your right hand down to the center and just twisting over to the left. Gaze again can come down to the clavicle, back up to the left hand. And moving that shoulder, feeling those shoulder blades come together in the back body. And then come down, front and center, as far down as feels comfortable. Opening that inner thigh. And then inhale, come up, and we're going to switch legs, extending that right leg out. Arms out to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, side stretch. Bringing the chin all across the chest, over to the left shoulder, up to the left hand. Take a couple breaths, feel the rib cage expanding and releasing. And then inhale, front and center. Exhale, twist over to the right, gaze goes back. Inhale, front and center. Exhale, side stretch. And then one more time, front and center. Exhale, twist. And then back to center. Drop that left hand down to the mat and raise the right leg up. Be a little pulsing here. And then come down. Bring that left hand to the center. Raise the right arm up, twisting to the right. And then drop that hand down and come all the way down, maybe your forearms. Just opening up that inner right thigh. And now come back up. And we're going to come back into our hands and knees. And we're going to just wake up those spinal muscles, extending the left foot out behind you. Foot is flexed, so the toes are pointed down. And then raise that right arm up by the ear, making sure your hips are nice and square. Gaze is down and a little forward, engaging your belly. And then go ahead and bring that down and just move to the opposite side, extending that left foot back, kicking the heel towards the wall. Left arm comes up to the ear. And now we're going to come back to the right side and then wake up our core a little bit. So we're going to extend out and then round the back, bring the knee in towards the elbow. And inhale as we reach out. Exhale, come in. Keep moving out. In. Reach. Just a couple more. Really bringing that knee up. One more time, bring it in. Reach out. And we'll come back to the mat. Take a breath. Extend that right leg out. Left arm reaching forward. And then we'll bring that knee to the elbow. Chin towards the chest. Reaching out. Exhale, coming in. Good balance pose too. And then one more time, coming in and reaching out, holding it here for a moment, and then come back to the mat. Take a breath, and we're going to curl the toes under and lift the hips into downward dog. And go ahead and curl over, crunch the right toes as the left heel comes down to the mat. And then draw the right heel down, crunching over the left toes. And now drop both heels towards the mat. And let the head, shoulders drop in between the arms, lifting the hips. And then look at your hands and walk your feet to your hands. And when you arrive, then feet are hip distance apart. Grab opposite elbows. Let the head relax down and just sway back and forth. Gentle twist to the low back. And then come to neutral, drop the hands down, interlace the fingers behind the low back. Let the head relax. And then squeeze the shoulder blades as you draw the hands up and away from the back. And release the hands, bend the knees, come all the way up to standing. And then hands to the heart center. So we'll do a little flow here. We're going to drop the hands down. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Chin towards the chest. Inhale, flat back. Exhale as we draw both knees down to the mat. And then we're going to come all the way down, extending the legs behind, pressing the tops of the feet in the mat. The hands are by the chest, elbows by the ribs. Engaging the legs, the glutes, and then feel that chest rise. Gaze is up and forward. Exhale, come down. Start at your toes, engage the lower body, and then lift. This time, take your hands off the mat. And exhale, come down. And we'll extend our arms out in front, nice and long. And we're going to raise the left arm and the right leg up. Gaze is down, holding it here. Really engaging that glute and that leg, building some strength here in our lower body. And exhale, come down. Drawing the right arm and the left leg up. And then come down. And now both arms and both legs. Really engaging those glutes, those legs, hugging the muscles to the bones of the arms. Very active pose, feeling that energy shooting out from your fingertips, holding it here for 3, 2, 1, and then come down. Let your cheek go to the mat. And come back to neutral. Draw the body up and back into child's pose. And then curl the toes under and come into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and raise that left foot up. Circle the ankle both directions. And then bend the knee, open the hip, gaze goes towards that left arm. And then come back and square the hips as you bring that left knee to the left wrist, extending the right leg straight behind. Coming up onto the fingertips, lifting the chest. And then slowly come down, making sure your hips are nice and square. You're not moving onto one side more than the other. You can stack your fists for your forehead or come all the way down. And we'll be here for 5 full breaths. And at your next inhale, move the torso up, the left hand towards the center of the mat, and reach for your right ankle or foot. Drawing that heel in towards the bum. And now with that heel towards the bum, take and move your gaze over to that foot to the right side, and then press that foot away from the body, and then bring your gaze over to the left, really opening up that right shoulder. And then we'll draw the heel in, gaze goes to the right, and then pressing away, looking to the left. And release that foot, come down onto that left bum, and then we'll just bring that right foot to the outside of the left knee. The left leg can be extended straight if you like. And with the right hand behind you, the left hand either grabbing onto the knee, or if it's comfortable, to bring your elbow out. Chin is level with the floor as you gently twist to the right. And release that and counter twist over to the left. And unwind the legs and grab your big toes. Find your balance and extend the legs out. You can put your hands behind the knees if you like. Arms can come out to the side of the legs into Navasana. And we'll let that go. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. And then inhale as you bring the chin up to the ceiling. And then exhale, chin to the chest, round in the back. Moving forward, forehead towards the toes, opening those knees a little more. And then come back up, help the legs back up, and then move back into downward facing dog as gracefully as you can. And we'll raise the right leg up, circle the ankle, right and left. Bend the knee, open the hip, gaze goes towards the right. And then square the hips first before bringing that right knee to the right wrist, extending the left leg straight behind. Come up onto the fingertips, opening and lifting the chest. And then exhale, come down. And we'll be here for 5 full breaths. On your next inhale, bring that right hand towards the center. Reach for that left foot. Drawing the heel in towards the body. And then bringing your gaze to the foot. Looking to the left. And then extending that leg, looking to the right. Opening up that left shoulder. And then draw the heel in again, look to the left. And then one more time, looking to the right, pressing that foot away from the body. And then go ahead and release that and draw that right to the left foot to the outside of the right knee. And then dropping the left hand to the mat, tall spine, as you gently begin to twist to the left. Chin is level. Nice elegant length of your neck. And then release that, counter twist to the right. And again, grab the toes, lift the feet. And the heels can stay on the mat if you like, or you can go ahead and extend them straight. And this time we're going to release the toes wherever you're at. Bring the hands to the side or underneath the knees. We're going to activate that core again. We're going to exhale and draw the knees in. Inhale, extend. Bring those knees into the chest, extending out. One more time, bringing them in. And then extending them out for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release and draw the body back into downward facing dog. Once you've arrived, look at your hands, walk your feet to your hands, bend the knees, come all the way up to standing. Interlace the hands, point the first 2 fingers. And we're just going to sway from the right hands towards the right, pushing that left hip out to the side, making a nice banana curve. And then inhale back up. Exhale here. Inhale, moving over to the left, hips to the right, pressing those hips way over. And then come back up to center, hands back to the heart center. Close your eyes. Feel the body. With your eyes closed, just put a little bit more weight in the right foot and then into the left. Now both feet, feel them firmly planted on the mat. Raising your knees up, engaging the front of the thighs. Tucking your tail slightly as you bring the belly button into the back spine. Feeling each of the vertebrae coming up all the way to the back of the neck. Shoulder blades go down the back pockets. Body's fully engaged. Take a breath here. Come back to your intention. And we'll drop our hands, move into a gentle flow. Inhale the arms overhead. Keep that belly engaged as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, come down onto the knees. And then all the way down, cobra, or moving into up dog. Holding this. Pressing our hands away from the mat, really engaging the core and the legs and the glutes here. And then go ahead and drop the knees down and then back into downward dog. Take a breath here. Drop the heels down, lifting the hips, engaging the side body. And then bring the right foot forward and come into warrior one. Pressing into the feet as you rise. Hands on the hip. Making sure our hip points are facing forward. The knee is not over the ankle. And we're going to open up the arms out to the side. And again, rotate the thumbs back, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, squeezing the shoulder blades, moving towards a bent front knee. Belly's engaged, lifting the gaze. And then rotate the palms down, bring the chin to the chest. Thumbs are facing to the, to the floor. And again, rotate the thumbs up and back, lifting the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. Again, rotate the thumbs down, chin to the chest. And then come back to neutral. Bring the hands together overhead. Gaze goes up. And bring the hands to the heart center. Moving the right hand forward, the left hand back into warrior two. You can look at your back hand, raise the palm to the ceiling. Engage that left shoulder blade. And then move the palm back down to the floor. Looking over your right hand. Releasing any tension in the neck. Drop that back hand to the thigh. Raise the front palm up as the gaze goes up to the ceiling. Reversing your warrior. And then exhale, come down. You can have a block here, or you can just use the mat coming under the fingertips, or you can have your forearm on the top of your thigh. And then just rotate that left arm up. And again, bring the chin to the collarbones and up to the left shoulder and hand. And really press into that right foot. Really using the leg instead of your arm to hold your body in your pose. And then look back down at the floor. Come back up to warrior two. Drop the hands. Straighten that front leg. Swoosh the arms up and back and reach forward and come into triangle. Again, you could use your block here. Really feeling that upper body twisting back. Engage those legs, inner front thigh. And then drop the hand in the gaze and come back up to standing. And we're going to face the front of the mat into a wide-legged forward fold. Hands start at the waist. And then squeeze the elbows behind you. The belly button comes in, lift the gaze. And then exhale, coming forward. Again, you could use your block here and just do a half fold. Or if it's comfortable, you can come all the way down. If you're in a full forward fold, then release the neck, maybe make a little circle with the head, both directions. And then we're going to move both hands over to the left leg. And again, twisting to the left, lifting that left arm. And then exhale as you come through center, moving over to the right. And then come back to center. And we're going to heel toe the feet together and come into a squat. The elbows are in the insides of the knees. Really pressing in, dropping the bum down as far as you can. And let's do another twist, dropping the right hand to the floor, right into the knee, and then twisting up to the left. Arms coming up to the ceiling. And then come down and switch sides. And then come to neutral. And then come all the way up to standing. And hop to the front of your mat. Hands at the heart center. Engaging the body, feeling the grounding. Drop the hands. Inhale as the arms come overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Lift feet back onto the knees, into cobra or up dog. And drop onto the knees and curl the toes under into downward facing dog. And we'll bring the right foot forward and come into warrior one. Sorry, your left foot. And we're going to extend the arms out and up. And then goalpost the arms. And then squeeze the shoulder blades. And then bring the elbows and hands together, chin to the chest. And open, lifting the chest and the gaze. Exhale, elbow and hands together, chin to the chest. And one more time, lift and open. And then hands to the heart center and moving into warrior two. Working those muscles to the bones of the arms, really building strength here. Feeling the energy shooting out the fingertips. Maybe dropping down a little bit deeper into that front knee. And then drop that right hand down to the leg. Rotate that left palm out. And then come forward. Forearm on the knee, the block, the floor. As we come into extended side angle. And then look down at the mat and then come back up to warrior two. Drop the hands, straighten the front legs. Leg. Swoosh the arms up and then reach forward. And then just drop the hand. Rotate that right arm forward and up. And then the gaze comes back down and then come up, drop the hands, and then hop to the center of the mat. And we'll do some balancing poses here. So we'll start with that left leg engaged and into tree pose, bringing that right knee up. And then bring that foot into the inner thigh. Pressing the two together as you rotate the palms out and up. Dropping those shoulder blades down to the back pockets. And then we'll bring the hands back to the heart center. Bring the knee up. And extend that right leg straight in front. And bring it up and come back to the floor. And we'll bring that left knee up. Tall spine here. Belly's engaged. And then the foot is on the upper thigh or the ankle. Finding your drishti. Lifting the arms. And we'll release our hands, bring that knee back up. Hands to the heart as you extend the legs straight, kicking into the front wall with your heel. Fully engaging your right leg. And then go ahead and release. And we'll come to the front of the mat and we'll make our way onto the floor. Rotate the palms out. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. High plank, low plank, knees to the mat. Coming down into cobra or up dog. And let's just drop the knees here. Let's do a little bit of arm strengthening. So we're going to bring our right hand to the center of the mat. We're going to rotate that right foot back behind and extend the left leg straight to a side side plank. Let's activate that side hip again by lifting that extended leg and pulsing up and down. Couple more. And then just swoosh over to the other side. Left hand comes on the mat, right leg is extended out. Coming up. And if you like here, go ahead and pulse that left leg. And then come down. And then gracefully come onto your back. And we'll draw our knees into our chest. And let's just make some circles with the knees, moving out so the arms are extended over to the right and in. Big circles. And opposite direction. And then we're going to place our feet on the mat and with our fingers right about to the heels. So bring your heels in pretty close to your torso. And we're going to press into the low back and lift the hips and lift the arms at the same time on the inhale. And exhale, rolling down. The arms come down to the side body. And do this 3 more times with your breath. End of the breath is the end of the movement. Inhaling as we come up, exhaling as you go down. And then just come to neutral, take a breath here. And we're going to do a couple more bridges. So again, start at your feet, pressing into the feet, pressing in your low back to the mat, engaging the belly to the back spine, and then lifting the hips up. You can press into the shoulders here, gaze is straight up. Feeling those inner thighs come together energetically. Just holding it here, releasing any tension in the neck or the jaw. And then slowly roll down from top to bottom. Take a breath. And we're going to do this one more time. Pressing into the feet, low back, belly's engaged. Lift the hips. And now we're going to extend that left leg straight, level with the other leg. Heel is pressing into that wall that's away from you, holding it here. Really pressing into that right foot and engaging that right glute. And hold it and breathe for 3, 2, 1. And then bring that left foot down and go ahead, press into that left foot, extend the right leg, kicking into the heel, lifting those hips, pressing into the foot, the belly's engaged. Hold it here and breathe. And then bring that foot down and roll all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest. And then we're going to drop the feet again. A little bit wider stance. The feet are almost to the outside of the mat. And we're going to go ahead and drop that left knee down and extend the arms out to the side and draw your gaze to the left as the knee comes down towards the right. And then bring that knee up and drop the left knee down. The right knee down. Gaze goes to the right. And bring that knee up. And we're going to bring that left knee and cross over the right knee. And we're going to just bring those knees up towards the chest and now let them drop over to the right. The right hand can come on top of that left knee. Left arm shoulder is down. Gaze goes to the left. And then go ahead and release that hand back to the mat. Engage the belly as you bring the legs up to center and recross them. Let them drape over to the left. Left hand can come on the right thigh or knee. Gaze goes to the right. And then release the hand, bring both knees back into center. And we're going to bring the heels up, straight legs to the ceiling. And if it's more comfortable, you can raise your hips and put the palms of your hands down on the mat underneath your glutes. And then raise the feet up. Release the jaw and the neck. We're going to just flutter a little bit. So really engage that belly button and only drop the legs as far down until if you feel your low back coming off the mat, then don't go any farther. So we're just going to flutter the feet as we move the legs down towards the floor. Just as far down until that low back starts coming off the mat and then back up. Keep moving at your own pace. Strong engagement to that lower belly area. Just a little bit more. Wherever you're at, come back up to the ceiling and then kick the heels into the ceiling again, holding it here. And then bend the knees, release the hands from the glutes and bring the knees into the chest. Bring your forehead towards the knees, make yourself into a nice little ball. And then go ahead and just maybe windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Just make sure that low back is nice and loose again after all that work. And if there's anything else you'd like to do, then that your body needs, and you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to move into Shavasana. We're going to extend the legs out, palms facing up, away from the body. And close your eyes, feel into the body. Allow the surface to hold you and just let the weight of the body just release into the surface. Noticing the pause at the end of the exhale, letting your mind just drop into that stillness. Noticing how the inhale just comes in all on its own. And bring your attention to your heart. Come back to the intention you set. Visualizing what it is, how you are, how it will manifest in your moment to moment. Feeling that whatever it is moving into each cell of your body, enlivening that which you desire. And then begin to come back into the room, moving the tongue around in your mouth, brushing your fingers against your thumb, deepening the breath. And when you're ready, roll onto a side and make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And we'll keep our eyes closed just for another moment. Reconnecting with that pause at the end of the exhale, the stillness, bringing this peace and comfort into the rest of the day and the week. And if you'd like to join me in closing, putting your hands in the prayer mudra, bringing your thumbs to your forehead for peaceful, loving thoughts, to the lips for kind and wise words, and to the heart that's open and willing to give. Namaste.